Hey guys, I'm back, and today I want to talk about one of those issues with the body, maybe with resolutions in the new year. Maybe this pertains to you. Our continued fascination, struggle, desire to lose weight, shapeshift the body, right? Normalize our weight, and to just get that whole situation with ourselves in a better feeling place, right? So I notice so many of us over a lifetime, even struggling with this issue of weight and trying endless things that some things work for a while, right? But they can feel really hard and even unnatural. And then as soon as we go back to a life that feels more natural, the weight seems to come back on, right? Or some of us have tried everything and seen no results. But the most tragic thing I notice is this is an issue that is so deep and so personal, and it's something that a lot of us end up really beating ourselves up about, right? Feeling so bad, so guilty, so shameful, so frustrated, so hopeless, right? And this just plays into making it even harder to shift, I see. So some of what I get to see with how I share yoga and meditation with people, which is surprisingly gentle, very simple, and really just involves minutes a day of integrating some practices that can be just right for you. But what I've seen and noticed with these practices that aren't even being built with the intention of losing weight or shape shifting the body like that, but actually it starts to happen for my clients. And as we get more consistent with daily practices that tune us, as I like to say, we notice that the weight normalizes. It becomes less of an issue. Our relationship with food changes. And this is how yoga can start to change us. And the dailiness of a personalized practice can really be the thing. So some of what I've seen and noticed, and even talking to some of my clients who've experienced this, just even suddenly noticing we've shifted, dropped 20 pounds. We didn't even try, we feel, right? But this is from being consistent. This is from being daily. And it is important to be personalized with what we're doing for various reasons. First of all, so that we don't overdo it, right? So that we don't gravitate towards some practices, some habits, some systems that may actually deter us or derail us or just not be a good fit and part of why we're not feeling the success. But part of what's so beautiful about yoga is it is a mind, body, spirit approach. So we're not just dealing with ourselves physically, even though these practices can have such an effect, such an impact, such an influence in how we are feeling and doing and even looking physically. But part of the magic, we might even say, with adding a daily personalized practice, integrating different forms and parts of yoga even. The mat practice, just one piece, but even adding some things like some meditation, some journaling, other types and forms of yoga, which remember just means union, to join, to reconnect. So really what we can start to see is the practices that we're doing to reconnect us physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically. This is what's going to create the shape shift, the weight loss, the change in experience with that, and even the letting go of that struggle with ourselves, right? And really changing our relationship with food. So it doesn't feel like we can't enjoy food and it's all about just discipline and limitation, right? This is not what I find to be true. And I don't know about you, but that's not how I want to live and feel with food, for instance. And then to see some of the not only not feeling good ways we are with ourselves with food in trying to lose weight, but often we are doing some things that are not nourishing the body and are harmful on the body, and this is not okay either, right? Especially with what we now know about how the body thrives with enough nourishment, how we want to take care of our organs, our systems, our hormones, our metabolism, and we get to do all this with some of these practices of yoga, especially when we get personalized with it. And so when we integrate these practices that, yes, involving a daily mat practice is one of the keys, a mat practice that's just right for you, that's addressing any alignment structural imbalances that may or may not be playing into pain issues. Maybe one of the reasons you feel like you can't exercise is because it hurts, Maybe you have knee pain, maybe you have shoulder pain, maybe your body's talking to you, and it wouldn't be great for you to go make yourself go to the gym or make yourself start a running program, right? Because it hurts, your body's talking to you. So one of the bonuses with a personalized program is you get to correct some of those alignment issues that are the reasons that you're hurting, fix those things so you can get back to running and jumping and playing. Because yes, movement is awesome. All movement can be beneficial. And the more we move, the better we feel. We're built to move, right? But if you're having a hard time moving, that can be part of the problem. So it is important to use the right therapeutic exercises to fix whatever's creating your pain so that you can get back to running and jumping and playing, which is part of having a more normalized experience with weight, right? And all of these aspects. But yes, so that's the first step, is that mat practice needs to be personalized, in my opinion, in my experience, to make sure it's fixing what needs to be fixed so that you can keep moving back into what you love, or even getting into some new things that you love that might involve the body, that might even feel like exercise, right? Whether it's hiking or dancing, riding your bike, playing tennis, whatever it is, creating less limitation. And then unfortunately, the sad bad news with the physical human body is that if we're not doing something each day to take care of those things and to actually build some strength, keep the flexibility, the agility, unfortunately we are going to start to lose those things. So it is a bit of a hard truth that we do need to use it or we're going to lose it. So a personalized practice, again, helps you build in the things to fix what's happening with your structure, with your alignment, with your flexibility, with your strength differences, helps remedy that so that you can move again safely, easily, without pain, which is all going to be part of your changing weight experience, right? And also, you can start to see how just starting to help the body feel better, flow better, and even knowing that we're strengthening the body with some important pieces in this daily practice, which I like to mention, I only create practices that are at the most 20 minutes a day. So this is also the beauty of it. You get to become very efficient. It's not about now spending hours a day taking care of the body, even the mind and the spirit, which we get to do all those things with our yoga. But if we get to do it in 20 minutes a day, which we can when we're specific and personalized and doing the right things. So when we start to build this in, start to remedy the pains, start to help ourselves get back to daily life, this is one of the ways that a practice, even just the mat practice part, is going to help really change everything, especially our experience with our weight. Also, when we're doing that daily mat practice, let's just talk about that part. We're doing some energy work on ourselves. And I've come to really see that it's all energy, of course, right? So even that excess weight that you might think you hate, it's just energy. Maybe it's stuck energy, maybe it's blocked energy, maybe it's stored energy, even like stored trauma, right? And this all ties into our relationship with stress, how much stress we're feeling and how we're taking care of ourselves, how we're taking care of that stress, because otherwise it does become that stuck energy, right? So when we start doing a daily practice, suddenly we're doing this amazing energy work, which is another reason it's going to shift us very quickly, not only in how we feel, but in how we look. Because as we're doing something, and it is important to do it every day, when we're doing it every day, we're every day starting to shift the energy, starting to change the energy, starting to free up stuck energy, starting to let stuff go more. And even knowing that every day we might have a capacity to pick up new stuff, right? And there's new stress. So that's why every day is important, because every day you're clearing out the old, even just the stuff from yesterday, and really changing how your body's holding that energy, which is going to translate into you suddenly feeling thinner, lighter, freer, better, even seeing less pounds on the scale, because now you're taking care of your energy. Another reason that this energy work you're doing with yourself is going to affect you is because it's going to change how you're feeling emotionally and mentally. And that's going to be part of changing your relationship with food too. So the energy work, the alignment work, and also just that time to be with yourself, to listen to yourself, to tune in, is going to really change your day and how you approach yourself, how, again, your relationship with food goes, your relationship with your body, and even just starting to look at how you're imagining and believing when you think about you, your body, your weight. So we start to get to look at all these things, play with all these things with yoga, and it's highly powerful and awesome when we get it right, personalized and every day. So that's just a little of how I see this works, and I'm here to help if you're ready for your daily practice, because it's really the best way to do it, in my opinion. So thanks for listening, guys. Namaste.